All right, hello. We are blessed today, blessed with riches. We have the show leader for the month of April, Mr. Rico Bosco, in the fucking building today, up 12 units after
only got ears and only got sound.
After an 18-unit win to start the month.
13.
He is still leading the show right now, and beside me, returning after a 2-day absence, the 2021 Gambler of the Year, in a shirt that just looks pleasant as fuck.
Feels good, too.
Big F, hello.
It's pleasant. It feels good. I'm coming off my best friend's bachelor party in AC. Had a great time. I lost my shirt on the tables.
Did you?
Oh, I got smoked.
You get kicked out of any casinos?
No.
Progress.
No. I think I've been to AC since I got booted that one time.
Progress, though. So
What exactly did you get toast for that time?
It was a long. I think it was younger days. I was mad. Basically, I think it was more. It was half like I kind of almost like made them kick me out, like going for content, kind of in like a dumb way.
Yeah.
Dave didn't love it. Will say it did over 1 million views, but yeah, Dave didn't
tough
like
to do over 1 million views on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what's even tougher than that? 2 million.
Oh, I threw the alley-oop. I didn't even think about it.
2 million. Just is what it is. It is what it is. But we're not going to talk about me today.
No, we're going to talk about how much the Suns suck.
Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, we can talk.
I mean, the guys already got them cutting down the nets.
Listen, I know they're in a war here. They're in a war.
They certainly are.
We're trying to go across a bridge, and on the other side is a healthy Booker. If we can cross this bridge, but the problem is the water seems to be rising. The artillery fire is increasing. Yeah. It's not great. I'm not backing down for my Suns to win the title yet, but the sun
there's a little hole in the boat.
It's getting cloudy.
Yeah, I think the underrated story too is, I mean, Nate Oates just develops unbelievable defensive players. No one's talking about that.
Oh, how did you 12:02? You were already talking Nate Oates.
Herb Jones fucking stole the game last night.
12:02. We're already talking Nate Oates.
He was player of the year, defensive player of the year.
Alvarado too put fucking CP3 in his back.
Alvarado from
this motherfucker.
Georgia Tech.
Alvarado from
Georgia Tech.
Christ the King High School.
You know when Rico says it, it's some high school somewhere in New York.
Alvarado was on my ACC champion Georgia Tech team that I gave out 10-1.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Last year or 2 years ago.
Last year that I graciously didn't take credit for on the show either, so I didn't even count my total.
Speaking of futures, we were looking at.
It wasn't gracious. You tried.
What?
No, I didn't take it, and honestly, I should have too because we said no futures. That was like
in March. I like the future in March. You should definitely get.
That's not a season future. That's like
I think even it's a little side competition of conference tournament futures. We have a draft one day or same thing, which I won this year because everybody laughed at me with Iowa. I was hot. I was hot in March.
The only reason you won, I picked 4 teams that all went to the conference championship, and they went 0-4 in the conference title games. If I'd have won one,
you had the best, yeah. But Marty kept laughing at me like, "Oh, you did really bad."
I didn't laugh at you.
Oh, Jake too. Jake finished last. Like, dude, Iowa.
You three hate each other. You three hate each other.
I sniffed that bracket out. Iowa was a great pick. Oregon, not so good. What do I want to say? Notre Dame, not so good. We threw out the magazine from last year. I was cleaning out my desk. You realize like how many college football teams were projected as 4th or 5th in their divisions, or like 7th in the conference that went to conference championship or won conference championships last year?
If I remember correctly, Michigan State's win total was 4.
Yeah, it was wild.
They went.
And Clemson were like 4th and 6th on their sides.
I mean,
unbelievable.
There was discussion of Baylor being the worst Power 5 team in all of college football.
Yeah, and when we go into this year, the conferences, and I don't want to talk college football much because we got plenty of NBA, plenty of baseball, plenty of recreational golf to talk about. We go into this year, the ACC is going to be fucking fascinating. Right now, you can get Wake Forest like plus 2,000 to win the ACC. They're bringing back everybody. They're bringing back a team that won 10 games.
Quarterback too.
Everybody. They're bringing back everybody.
That was an easy one. We gave out that win total last year, I think, together.
Yeah.
That was so easy.
And then Pitt is bringing back everybody
Slovis
outside of Pickett, and they're bringing in Slovis.
Yeah.
And then Clemson is like minus 150 to win the conference right now. Like, the conference has gotten better. I know it doesn't feel like it because it's not.
It needed that
Florida
though.
State or Miami.
We can't have Clemson at minus 800 to win that conference anymore.
Yeah, they were minus 950 last year, right?
And what's crazy, I know people get slandered for it, like, or Katie gave it out, whatever. It was like a discount at that point. You couldn't have expected those people to, Clemson was supposed to be that good. They fell on their face. It happens sometimes.
All right. We can't go any further without. I mean, let's just break it down. TJ, if we can see it, please. Just if we can just pull that
Impressive feat.
If we can just pull that up. All right. So here we are. Just a Friday night at the range. We're sitting at the house, bored. The weather was nice. You know how it is. You just want to get out and do some things. Took my Sim 2 driver out there from TaylorMade Sports, and I just all right, that's a still shot. We can play it.
A new one? Is that a new driver?
I was at this office about a year and a half ago, 2 years. Jeff Dulo walked up and said, "Do you want this?" And I said, "Yes." And this is the first time I ever swung it.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Look at this one, Rico. Look at this one. Look at this one. What?
Yeah, I know. It was you're being recruited for scrambles.
I mean, but this is all I can do. I can.
Yeah,
do
you're a perfect guy for a scramble for us.
I can do nothing after this. Here's this.
Are
One
you
goes a little left,
consistent?
but it's still it's on the screws.
Go frame by frame.
Why are we doing frame by frame?
Because I go to his backswing.
What's wrong with my backswing?
No, I didn't expect you have an ability to watch. Go slow.
I think that's as slow as he's going to be able to go.
All right. You come in. Look at the flight path
I'm low.
of the club.
I do get down
You
low.
start in. You have a problem like me. You're supposed to go straight back. That's coming in a little bit, and then watch you turn it over.
At the top. That's just
You have a good ability to turn it over.
That's pure raw athletic
you have a good ability to turn it over.
That's pure raw power.
It's athletic ability. I agree. Ev seems unamused by this.
Oh, look at that.
I'm always a little like.
Is it consistent?
Well, no. I think it's
on the driver. Yeah.
All right, good. So I would recruit you for a scramble. You're a good conversation guy. Like, I don't think you drink much.
What
We'll get you a couple high noons.
What are you saying?
How far those woods are away can be deceiving. That's all.
At night, you lose it in the
We don't-
sky.
you don't
I'm saying
know.
You lose it in the sky.
It could be 200 yards. It
Let me
could
tell
be
you something.
400 yards. I
can't
don't
golf
know.
it.
First of all, the last sign on that range is 250, and then there's about 25 to 30 yards. Then there's woods. That's the. I don't know if the 250 is accurate. I'm saying the last sign is 250. These went. The second one went into the woods. Now,
Was that a rubber tee?
yeah, I hated it too.
Rubber tee is bad.
It was
yeah.
too high. It was,
Actually,
That's all. I mean, that's what they all are driving range.
no, I know. Yeah,
it was too high.
that one's actually not even that bad.
Look at the trajectory. Like even if you don't look at this, boom.
The second one you hit it.
Now, what's your loft on that club?
I have no idea. I don't know.
See, if you gave it even a
talking
little, like
degrees?
yeah, like a 12 is height, right? If you cut it down and you could control it, and you went to like an 8 or a 9, you're talking like a line drive.
Yeah. I mean, they're listen.
Yeah,
Some guys are natural athletes. Some guys have to work at sports.
playing a
Some guys have to
fucking
work at
scramble.
Brandon Walker is a natural athlete.
Playing a scramble.
Now I'm trying to. So I got
You
this.
have pitches into the fucking.
I got this spank thing now. So now I need to take I need 3 cuts in softball. I hit a couple bombs, get it on camera, turn to the camera, say spanked, bam, we're off and running. We got something. We got something going.
All
So
right.
anybody in Jersey, Staten Island, Long Island, if you got access to a softball field,
Now, what do you want though?
I need to come
you
out
want
and
arc, or you want medium? You want fast? What do you want?
as far as softball pitches,
Yeah.
game softball pitches.
Okay, there's a variety of.
men's slow pitch. So nobody plays fast pitch men's softball.
So what they do
It's a
is
small community.
there's one where
There's
you kinda
medium and
do-
there's arc.
It's not a full like softball like it's one you can throw it as fast as you can, bringing your arm back to like here.
Really?
And there's
Yes.
some guys that can
Oh, I
whip
would
in-
destroy that.
There's some guys, and I think that's what you want to hit a bomb because the faster it comes in, the faster it goes out. But there's some old like some like salty vets that like can whip it in there like 50 miles an hour, just like it's straight.
That's fine.
There's also arc, obviously.
I was thinking arc. I was
My
thinking
dad
softball.
played in a league in Breezy Point that was unlimited arc. That a guy was like 6'7". He'd throw the thing fucking 25 feet in the air.
Okay, so in Mississippi
Crazy.
there are height limits. I think.
Yeah. I don't agree with unlimited arc, but regular arc is about 6 to 12. 12 feet is where your arc is. That's what I like playing. I play arc. I never really liked medium. We'll get you arc.
Just need to go hit a couple bombs.
Maybe
get
I'll
them
throw
on
you a
camera.
few. I can't pitch.
I don't know. I've seen no evidence that you can or cannot, so I have no idea.
Some would say I have a good arm.
Who would say that? Anybody that's seen your arm?
People on the internet
I have an
may or may not have seen a video.
atrocious arm.
I have a good arm.
All right, so Barstool versus America, they're starting that today.
Yeah, I watched the film and Keegs wins.
Rico has spoiled it. Keegs wins, and that's.
I already watched the advanced copy.
Yeah, Keegs wins.
It's all filler.
Marty's going to be there for 2 weeks, then maybe even out after that. So I heard Mintz is coming back tomorrow, but then I heard he's also staying in New Orleans, so he might not ever be back.
I mean, if they win the playoff series, he might just stay forever.
So Smitty, let's see, did the Sixers play tonight?
Yeah.
The Sixers play tonight, so if they win, Smitty will be here tomorrow, I'm sure. If they lose, no telling when we'll see Smitty again. I think they'll probably win, though.
Like that over.
All right, NBA basketball. A lot to talk about here. A lot going on. Number one, though, Ben Simmons just done as a professional basketball player. He's a basketball player that won't play basketball.
Some guys just don't have it.
They came out last week and they announced, he's going to play in Game 4, which was weird at the jump because they didn't – this was like right after Game 2. They said he's going to play in Game 4. Didn't say anything about Game 3. Said Game 4, Monday night, he'll play. And then yesterday morning it breaks that he woke up with back soreness, so he ain't playing. What is he?
He's a chicken shit.
I mean, he's just never gonna play?
Here's the weird too. I'll take it even a step further. Is he getting paid?
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay, so there's a breach of contract as well. I know that's not a popular fucking take, but like, at what point do
it's
teams
easy to
just
get
go,
around that. I'm
you know
injured.
what? Like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, but you get what I'm saying. The man will not fucking play.
I don't know.
You're not performing. Like, after a while, like, I pay you every day to fix my roof, and you don't show up to fix the roof.
Now, can I just throw something out there? Just everybody is hammering Ben Simmons, killing Ben Simmons, destroying Ben Simmons. Pussy, chicken shit, waste, bust. Isn't Zion doing the exact same fucking thing? Zion Williamson is a number 1 pick who didn't play a single fucking second this year. He's in layup lines doing 360 dunks, doing everything, and he ain't playing when the time comes.
So I agree with you on that sentiment. I thought, I could be wrong on this, I thought that he wanted to play and they were holding him out. At least the end of the year.
I don't know the answer to
I don't
that.
know if that's true or not. That's what I thought. I don't know, though.
All I'm saying is we just went 82 games. He wasn't in any of them. He was the number 1 pick of the fucking draft. He's 22, 23 years old, young as fuck.
Not even.
And he will not or cannot get on the court.
Which is
2 number 1 picks over the last 7
infuriating
years.
to watch, too, because you're watching John Morant just be fucking unbelievable.
Right.
And you're like, fuck, it's a guard league. Maybe we should have picked the fucking guard.
Nick Stink RJ looked pretty good this year. Just saying.
I mean, at this point in their career, R.J. Barrett has been a much better NBA player than Zion Williamson.
Absolutely.
Because he's an actual NBA player.
Plays. He shows up every day.
And Ben Simmons is getting killed, rightfully so. Zion's not getting anything. It's weird.
Yeah, I had thought that it just got to the
Zion's
point
team's in a war.
It's weird. I agree. I do agree with you. With Simmons, I think I referenced it before. I tweeted this morning like this. I would watch anyone, or I would advise anyone. I think it was on Showtime. Now I believe it is on Hulu. Watch the one in Done doc where they follow him in college. He is such an asshole even at that age. Like it's so clear that he doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. Doesn't give a fuck about the team.
Did they make the tournament?
No, because he's a fucking loser.
Did they make the tournament?
They didn't. I don't think they made the tournament.
They didn't make the tournament, and then they declined the NIT because he just said, "I'm not playing in the NIT."
Okay, all right.
So then, as a team, they basically didn't play the NIT because he said he didn't want to play. He's selfish. He was like that when he was like that before he had done anything.
Now let's get a little woke to this Ben Simmons thing too. It's getting a huge deal made out of it. Ultimately, it's just a guy who hadn't played, not playing. You know who kind of benefits the most from this hyper focus on Ben Simmons all of a sudden? Kyrie and KD. They've been awful.
For sure.
They've both been terrible.
For sure.
Kevin Durant, I mean, this could be a legacy harmer right here. But like he won 2 titles as a passenger.
Yep.
He was not the captain. He won as a passenger. He joined a championship team, got a couple of rings, and then got out. He has never, as the main guy, inspired anybody to do anything. And now the Nets, he's not good right now. He hasn't been great. Kyrie hasn't been great. Like
just the first game.
That's 2 guys that should be leading this. Fuck Ben Simmons. They can win without Ben Simmons. They can win games without Ben Simmons.
Sure.
Well, that's interesting where we align because I think you're going to align the same way. What's your play tonight on the Celtics Nets?
The think you got to bet the Celtics. They're dogs.
I fucking love the Nets.
That's my.
I just think that there's no way, as bad as they are and as good as the Celtics are, and that's who I'm rooting for. Don't get me wrong. To watch the Nets lose in an eliminating fashion, or humiliating fashion, is going to be very entertaining. But there's no way it only goes 4. I think the Nets find one way. I actually think the Nets win handily tonight.
Durant does have a little bit of the fuck you in him. Have either of you seen the stats with Tatum guarding him?
No.
Tatum has he doesn't score when Tatum guards him.
Oh.
It's been crazy.
There was a couple of packages here where he's getting hit and they're moving him around and
there was some stats when
Celtics
Tatum,
have done a great job defending him.
When Tatum guards him 1-on-1, he literally doesn't score.
Great job defending him.
Turnovers, everything. It's nuts.
I just have a real hard time thinking it's going to be a sweep. As good as the Celtics are, I totally get. I could have egg on my face. I think the Nets win tonight.
See, the problem too with the Nets,
handily. I think something's got to go right.
The Nets have no home court.
I agree with you.
They have to play music. They literally have to play music over offensive possession, so Celtics don't start chanting defense.
No, I mean no one's
in their own building.
No one's a Net fan. It's cool now that to go and if you love basketball, you're like, all right, well I'm from Brooklyn. I can root for the Nets here and there, but nobody lives and dies with the Nets. Nobody.
No, it's one of those weird settings. Like if the Celtics were playing the Knicks, this city would be on fire right now. The city would be. I mean, there'd be people lined up to get in the Garden tonight. But
almost all Knicks though.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I know.
Well, playing at Barclays, playing the Nets, it's like you're right. Like the Celtics have half that building, at least half that building. I don't know if the Celtics. The East is interesting because all 4 series are pretty much spoken for.
Yeah.
There are 4 teams that have stepped up and said, "All right, playoff time. We're ready to play." The Sixers, they're up 3-1. The Celtics are up 3-0. The Bucks are up 3-1. All these series are over.
The Heat are up 3-1.
And the Heat are up 3-1. All these series are over. We're just waiting to find out, when we can start the second round of, Celtics against Bucks and then Heat against Sixers. That's what we're waiting on.
A great semi.
On the West side, by the way, we only got one. Like the Warriors have taken control. We have 3 series all at 2-2, and I couldn't tell you which direction any of the Mavs.
I thought Utah was dead.
The Mavs, Jazz. I mean, Luka comes back, and the Mavs get a little worse, but. Now I'm thinking now's the time you hammer the Mavs.
Yeah.
He came back, had a game, wasn't great. Now they iron out everything, and they're the better version of the Mavs. The Grizzlies and the Wolves are tied 2-2. If the Grizz lose to the Wolves, if the Pelicans beat the Suns, I mean the Warriors are just sitting on an island right there. Just thank you.
Better figure it out. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know which direction the West. I mean, I like to think the Suns are going to get it right, and the Suns still, even without Booker, can beat the Pelicans. I like to think the Grizz are going to get right.
But Booker isn't they were saying 3 weeks.
I mean, Booker's out for a while.
I'm saying even if they win this series, who would they play in the net? So they're the 1, so they'd play the
Mavs or the Jazz.
The Mavs, if the Mavs win, I think the Jazz are easier win for them. If they got to play the Mavs, that's not an easy series without Booker.
But the thing is, with these protracted NBA playoffs, the way they pull them out so far, series last 2 weeks now, So
yeah.
They were able to get through this one and then somehow get through that one. I bet he'd be a full go for the finals if the Western Conference Finals, if in fact he could get through. I don't know, man. It's just it's been a wild playoff so far, and we're just in the first round. Feels like it's been going on for 2 months. It hasn't.
You think the first round needs to be 7?
I don't mind it being 7. I mean, I think it's weird to have a playoff system where you have 7-game conference finals, 7-game finals, 7-game semifinals, 5-game opener. Make it uniform across the board. That doesn't really make sense. Now, 5 games usually gave you the same results, so it was fine. But I say why not 7 across the board? You're not hurting for money or TV, so.
Well, I mean, you talked about the East kind of being.
Okay.
You talk about sneeze. It's not a fucking. You talk about the East being settled, basically. I just kind of think we could have got there quicker. That's all.
Who do y'all of the Celtics, Heat, Sixers, Bucks? I'll give you a choice. It's a draft right now. Who you picking number 1 to win the East? Because all 4 of them are playing great basketball.
Great.
How long is Middleton out? They have the exact.
I don't know the answer to that question. I think is he out?
That's what I couldn't remember. I was a little off the grid ish this weekend.
Yeah, you were in AC seeing titties, right?
Yep.
I'd probably go Celtics, Sixers, then
Because like if
Bucks,
Middleton
then Heat.
if Middleton's back game 2 for me, like series 2, I would take them 1 personally.
He hopes to be back in 2 weeks.
So I'll take the Bucks. I'll still take the Bucks.
I like the Bucks too.
I'll go.
I don't hate him without Chris Middleton, by the way. I mean, even though he's a very good player, I think they're good enough. Especially if Grayson Allen's going to be a killer, which is hilarious. Grayson Allen just turning into a playoff killer for the Bulls is fantastic.
There's the Heat are starting to like get me a little. Almost feel like I was disrespecting them a little bit pre this series.
They're locking down Trae Young.
That's what I'm saying. They've been putting him in the fucking blender.
And Trae Young, like I said, a killer. I mean, he is a guy that walked into Madison Square Garden last year and just walked out with like 20,000 souls. Like it wasn't shit to it.
It's actually annoying because I respect him as like a gamer, but I have to hate him.
Jimmy Butler.
He's been unbelievable.
And he's not a top-level NBA superstar.
I love Jimmy
he's
Butler.
a high-level NBA star, but I don't think he's –
Yeah, I mean, where does he fit? Like 20?
Yeah, I don't think he's top 10.
I mean, he's been scoring this series. That's just hasn't been his – he's not like the best three-point shooter, but he's just nails.
All right, NFL draft. It is NFL draft week. I don't know if you have a graphic. I didn't tell you to do it. So the Barstool NFL Draft Show returns Thursday night, hosted by me,
ENEFF,
Roan,
L.
Me, Roan, and Stephen Che will be your studio panel. We will have guests throughout the world of comedy and sports and Barstool and everywhere else joining us. Last year we had guests like Bob Saget, who probably can't come back this year. Chrissy DiStefano was with us last year. On and on and on and on. Was Stipe Stipe was 2 years ago. Dana White joined us last year. Just a who's who of guests. A who's who of guests. There you go. Look at that. Jersey Jerry and Wallow and Gilly, KFC, Dion. Dion was going to be at the last at the end of the first round. He was going to come in and do a recap. We got to like pick 25, and they were saying Dion's going to come on now. Just finish off the draft with Dion. He wants to go ahead and do it. And so, all right, so we just did like 15 minutes with Dion. He just got tired of waiting. Just sitting in Jackson.
Dion's a guy that probably can get to say, "Hey, I want to go now."
That's exactly what happened.
Right?
That's exactly what happened.
So I was gonna say, I was like, what team does he represent? Like the Falcons, like what?
I think he represents just
he
represents
football.
no, he represents just players.
Yeah, just football.
Just players. That's who he represents. Because you ask him, who you like in this draft, he's usually he'll tell you. He's not going to come from a team perspective. TJ, let's see that pitch, buddy.
Hey.
Let's see that pitch.
All right.
Because I haven't seen it yet. It was on Twitter. I was busy dominating Twitter this weekend with my golf video. Sorry about that. What do you got? You went to Rutgers on Saturday, Rutgers baseball team, and threw out the first pitch.
Yeah, I warmed up beforehand and realized that I forgot how to throw a baseball, so I was pretty nervous.
That's probably a problem.
Is Gabe joining us from Barstool Sports?
Do it from the mound.
DJ Hitchens.
Whoa! Where'd you get that music? Where'd you get that music?
They asked me for a walkout song.
Oh, a little high.
I'll take as long as the catcher catches it. I think you're good.
He came out to no rain. That was the original theme song.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. I'd like to see this again, please. Is that their baseball stadium?
Yeah, I told you it's not as nice as the SEC Stadium.
No, it's not. Is that their scoreboard?
We don't have lights.
Oh, my God.
This is the Northeast, brother.
Yeah.
College baseball is not a thing.
I understand that, but shit.
This is a team tied for the national lead in wins this season.
Make the best of what you can do. Didn't hurt Todd Frazier hitting in that stadium.
No.
Oh, man. Look at that. The score, I can't get over the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to see when the sun hits it, right, too? The numbers on it.
All right, well, there you go. A little high, a little inside.
I would have swung.
What'd you have? Is she with us or is she with Rutgers?
Rutgers.
Who's shooting this? Is Tim Hitching shooting this?
Somebody in the dugout shot it. My dad shot a different angle.
Is that the Viceroy from Rutgers?
No.
Sports Media.
Are you wearing sunglasses?
Yeah.
The sun's not out.
Fire.
That's kind of like the uniform at this point. I think they expected me to wear sunglasses.
Okay, all right. Who who was the catcher? Was that their catcher or just somebody that wanted to come out and catch
I
it?
think it's our backup catcher.
Oh, it's not the backup out there for you. Okay.
Yeah, they basically said anybody who wants to catch the first pitch, and
That's turf down the lines, no?
The whole field's turf.
That's all turf.
Yeah.
Except for like the strip on the pitching mound.
Who are you? Who are you playing? Who's that in the background warming up?
Iowa.
Oh, they're not worried about you at all.
No.
I can't get enough of this field. That is a high school.
I kind of like it.
That's a high school field.
I mean, that'd be a high school turf field to be something.
Oh, there's a lot of
Baseball.
There's a lot of high
baseball,
school,
at least.
Yeah. Oh man, look at that! A lot of foul ground too. How'd it feel?
Good, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
How many people were in attendance?
Probably like 200, 300.
Okay.
What's their bleacher situation? Is just like plain metal bleachers, or is
Yeah. And then people set up folding chairs in the outfield.
Oh my god. Okay.
Almost had an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Barstool Sports. Oh,
Yeah, the
the
hitching.
hitching's hard.
Hitchings.
It was a good time. Did a radio appearance.
I love the music. That's incredible.
I'm glad that you finally heard it.
Nice.
I did it for you.
All right, come on. Here we go. Okay, so NFL draft.
I saw Pickett as high as 2 this morning.
We have now got a new favorite. We have entered draft week, and now bullshit week begins. How much of it is bullshit? How much of it is not? I do believe Aiden Hutchinson's not going number 1. Because I look at number 1, and I say, you got to take a high ceiling guy, and I don't know that Aiden Hutchinson, when you compare him to Kayvon Thibodeau or Trayvon Walker, I think ceiling-wise, those guys are his ceiling is lower, his floor is higher. I think.
Agreed.
Last night Stephen Shea texted me and said I heard Hutchinson's not going number 1. So I went and put I put $50 on Kayvon Thibodeau to be number 1 pick plus 2,500.
I saw Thibodeau as low as 7 this
I
morning.
know today it's down to
Fucking all
plus
over the
3,000 because Trayvon Walker is the guy that is
All
now
over the
got
place,
bump.
man.
So Trayvon Walker, the guy, I don't know, like 1 year of pretty good production down there at Georgia, but then one of the best combines we've seen. I don't believe Trayvon Walker's number 1 pick either.
It's interesting. Listen, like I've been just going like mock draft crazy and watching a bunch of YouTube videos on it and stuff the last few weeks. And all the guys that do this, like the Daniel Jeremiahs of the world and guys like that, they all claim like they're really huge on just traits, and that they claim that traits do transfer to the NFL more than just like sheer production. It's fascinating.
Well, I'm fine with that. I don't mind that.
I listen to it. I try to like come in with an open mind and take it in, and also just the way they use guys and schemes is different. What really kind of turned me to it, like kind of the light bulb moment, was this past year. The guy, I forget his name now. It's like Omar or something from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
He had no sacks at Penn State last year. I mean, he was great for the Ravens this year.
Yeah.
0 sacks. Played a full year as defensive end in the Big Ten.
I mean,
Didn't get to the quarterback one time.
I mean, Trayvon Walker at Georgia, 2.5 sacks his freshman year, a sack his sophomore year, his junior year, 6 sacks. Like,
I do.
but now that is on a defense where everybody else is also a star.
And I just think that like they just use guys differently. Where like I think the NFL would use him way differently than Kirby probably used him last year.
Yeah, so they're gonna get the 6'5", 275, runs like a deer. Like
I mean, that's like you made him out of a lab.
he has everything that he needs. I
Those
don't
can
know.
go both ways, though.
For
Like
sure.
Vernon
For sure.
Golston just
Sure.
couldn't make tackles at Ohio State, and he's a high draft pick, and you never heard from him again.
But isn't Thibodeau the perfect mix of when he was on the field, production in college, altering the game in college, and just a freaky athlete? Like, this guy was the number 1 high school player for a reason. He's coming in high. I feel like he's the mix of a guy who produced enough when he was on the field. Now, he wasn't on the field enough. That's a problem. But he produced enough when he was on the field, and he looks like a high-end NFL defensive.
I'll give you one even further. Saturday morning, I was watching a little bit of this like ESPN NFL draft inside, and like a lot of it's archived interviews. Thibodeau is a fucking impressive guy.
Yeah.
He's got his own crypto. Like, he's well-spoken. He seems like he's all business. He's wiser than, he's not, there's no maturity issue. I think it's all there. It's a whole package.
He's also the guy that just took shots at Alabama education.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, big time. He was like, I don't know exactly, but he was basically saying, I went to Oregon because I cared about my education. If I didn't care about education at all, I would have gone to Alabama like everybody else. Something like that. Maybe
Okay.
It's not perfect, but
It's funny you even say that because like you saying the crypto thing, I literally in like Stephen Che's like mock this morning. I've heard other people say it too. Like they like use that as a knock against them. Like you worried about what? Like stop worrying about crypto. Worry about fucking football.
Trayvon Walker is minus 167 to be the number 1 pick. Aiden Hutchinson plus 160.
You agree with that?
I'm like I go back and forth because there's part of me where like I mean I don't think it just means like he just doesn't care about football, but there's a part of it that's like your main focus right now probably should be like
I still think his main focus
it
is
just
football. Whatever.
I think he's just a guy that has a little sense about him.
No, it's fair. I mean, we'll see. I think for me, it's like probably, I don't know. He disappeared a lot in big games. He had his best season as a freshman, which to me is a little bit concerning.
That's a little concerning.
That I feel the same way about Stingley when it comes to that. Stingley was great as a freshman. He was absolutely average as fuck.
That kind of stuff scares me.
The guy who's in the second round I saw today, is it Dean from Georgia? Georgia is in second round?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's small. I think he's small for a backer.
He's small, but boy, he's
all over the
Many
field.
guys
He's
who
the best
can
player on the
fucking
field.
play, dude. He's the best player on the.
He's all over.
That's a steal in the second
all over
round,
the
if you ask me.
I mean, if you're one of these teams, let's say you're trying to overhaul your defense. Let's say you're the Jacks, and you get Trayvon Walker, Hutchinson, or Thibodeau. All right, you got Josh Allen on one side, and then in the second round you come back and you get Nakobe Dean. I think you've had one fucking hell of a draft all of a sudden.
I would.
Going further. Yeah, that's your number 1 pick options right there. Trayvon Walker minus 167, Aiden Hutchinson plus 160, Iquanu from NC State plus 800, Evan Neal plus 1,600, and Kayvon Thibodeau plus 3,000. It drops off then to Malik Willis plus 7,000. So
quarterback I saw also go 32 this morning was
Desmond Ridder?
No, Carolina's kid. His name's escaping me for a second.
Sam Howell?
Sam Howell. I did see go at the end of the first round.
So I want to if we have it in ours, I want to bet over 2.5 quarterbacks in the first round.
So you think it's going to be Willis? You think it's going to be Pickett and somebody else is sliding in there?
Yes.
Somebody rolls the dice.
I think it could be Ritter, but I think there's a few options. Like it could be Corral. It could be Sam Howell. A few guys.
It's interesting. I was looking at the positional breakdowns today. The total for running backs in the first round is 0.5, and there isn't probably going to be a running back. Like we've
actually, I'm pretty sure it was over 0.5, but it was minus like 230.
Right. We've
because somebody takes a running back.
We've gone a couple years.
I agree with you. No one's in the
Kenneth
first
Walker.
round. Someone will say and sell themselves on a running back.
Somebody's going to trade
will.
up to 31 and get a running
They
back.
just will. They just will. They'll be like, you know what? Give me another one. Because they guys go in and out as well. You saw the Ravens get fucking dismantled last year with running back. You know what I mean? And especially you see it, when you see those running backs, like you said, 31, the teams who are already there, and it's like, a guy's a talent, just let me increase my room a little bit, depth, it's safe play, give me a running back.
Even the ones you see like Allaire a few years ago, like I think that was overall mistake-ish.
Hey, Ray! Come here.
I bet the Rangers to win the cup.
Sit down real quick. Sit down right here. Just real quick. Or over there. Sure.
Like Kane's backpack.
Yeah, look at that. Just company man through and through here. This is Avery Zaretsky, Rangers fan extraordinaire. I don't care about that at all.
17-1, dude. I bet him.
Not what I care about. What we care about while we brought Avery in here was you were in the room when Chicklets interviewed Gretzky.
Yeah, it was
That
awesome.
interview's coming out tomorrow. Gretzky on Spittin' Chicklets.
Yep.
Huge get.
Big time.
And he actually said your name.
He did. Not only did he say my name, when he finished the interview, the first thing he said when he got up, he's like, I got to get a picture with the Rangers guy.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a picture with Wayne Gretzky?
I did.
How was that?
Awesome.
You are a huge hockey fan.
Yeah. We went to dinner with him after.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we got drinks with him the night after.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. The greatest ever.
How was he?
He's the coolest. People say, like, don't meet your heroes or whatever. Right. He is, like, the exact opposite of that.
I've always heard
Nicest
he's the
guy
most
ever.
profoundly decent guy in sports.
Yeah. Like, I was stunned by how nice he was.
How nervous were you when he was walking in the room?
Very. We all were. Because, like, we interviewed Rick Tocchet before, but, like, we had all day to prepare for this. Like, it was at, like, 5 o'clock. So we were just sitting in the room all day, like, just thinking about, like, what we needed to say and, like, the right things. Like, this was, like, the one that we
What were you doing there? Are you hooked up with Chicklets now?
I travel with Chicklets and Foreplay on their bigger trips as like an extra cameraman. So
Okay, all right. So the interview itself, how was it?
it was really
Gelled?
good.
He was like, the whole room.
Oh yeah, right away, right from the get go.
It's hard not to gel with the Chicklets guys.
Yeah.
They're
But
so easy to.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Got two of them.
I'll tell a good story. So Gretzky's sons, when Wayne they wanted to hire Wayne for TNT, Gretzky's sons were like, "You got to get Biz on. You got to get Biz on." So Wayne went to TNT and was like, "I'm not going to do the show unless Biz is on." And TNT's like, "We already got him."
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know Biz was with TNT because Wayne fucking Gretzky said that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, yes and no.
What?
Like he was saying they'd already hired him.
They'd
Yeah,
already
yeah.
hired-
But I didn't know.
Wayne was
I didn't know Wayne Gretzky went to bat for it. What a
That's
fucking story that is.
Unbelievable.
Whitney would be great on TV too.
I
Yeah, it
know.
would. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
does NHL Network, I think.
Also, the
He used to at least.
Yeah.
the $9 lot at Secaucus just gone. It's just gone.
Oh my God! Don't even
People
get
are
me
still
started.
parking in that lot.
I know.
And they got to pay $30.
No.
Wait, what?
The parking lot at Secaucus, the train station.
Jacked you up?
There was a $30 lot close and a $9 lot across the road. Well, now they got rid of the $9 lot. They're both $30.
Can you park on the streets over there?
You have to have a residential.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I might just start riding the train again. I can't handle $30 a day, even though I'm fucking loaded now.
Wait. You were driving to Secaucus and then
getting on a train, coming right over.
a
Yeah.
quicker shot. Now you're just going to have to take the train all the way in?
Yeah.
You can nap a little bit.
I don't like napping on a train. I don't trust people.
Afraid you're going to get mugged?
I don't know. I can't sleep on a plane.
What a softy.
I can't sleep on a plane. I can't sleep on a train. I can't sleep in a car. I can't sleep on a moving vehicle.
Okay.
The second I fall asleep, I know that's when we all die. Sorry. I don't know why. I would love to be able to sleep on a plane. I bet you can sleep on a plane.
Me?
Yeah.
I've been having a
Train
way harder
better.
time.
I definitely slept on a train a few times.
I slept next to Brendan on the Omaha plane on the way back.
Oh,
I
TJ
tried
was
lo-
out immediately.
Yeah.
I tried laying down on the private plane, on the floor.
Yeah.
Put a pillow. I tried
Doesn't
it's,
work.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
I usually knock out before we take off.
I just don't understand. I once traveled to Mississippi with Rudy, Casey, and Katie Stats, the Unnecessary Roughness crew. We laid over in Atlanta, and we had a 45-minute trip from Atlanta to Golden Triangle Regional Airport, Mississippi. All three of them were out on the tarmac, sleeping on each other's shoulders, and I'm just sitting there like, I cannot
I've
do
been
that.
having more trouble sleeping on planes. It's tougher.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it because I'm just scared. I fall asleep and that's when the stewardess comes by and like does my armrest or something or I don't know. Drool might come out of my mouth.
You know, it's you can't. If anything bad was gonna happen, you can't control it anyway.
I think there should be less seats, more flights, and just let us all lay down.
I agree with that, but that money making wise, I think
Create more planes, Elon.
It's called private.
Cuts Clothing has spent years perfecting men's T-shirts, taking look good, feel good to a whole nother level. Right out of college, Cuts founder and CEO Stephen Borelli got a job at an agency with a casual dress code, but in his first week, he was told his shirt was too athleisure. That's a word they put on here, athleisure. He searched all over for a presentable and stylish tee, but couldn't find any that fit the bill, so he decided to solve the problem himself, designing a premium T-shirt that could be worn anywhere, on or off the clock. These shirts are made to last. Ditch the fast fashion brands and invest in Cuts. They have tons of great colors and styles. Crew necks, Henleys, long sleeves. There's something for everyone. Truly the best T-shirts in the game. If Marty Mush were here, I know he'd be wearing Cuts. He loves it. Refresh your wardrobe in time for summer with Cuts. See for yourself why Cuts is one of the fastest growing men's brands with over 1 million shirts sold. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks. All that's impossible. Did y'all see that?
Well,
I didn't get to see it.
I didn't see
I
where
saw
it
the after. I didn't get to see the. Actual
I
transaction.
dropped it from the air. I just wanted it to float away, and it lodged itself under that phone. No, nobody. That's
I just
impossible.
missed it.
That's like the baseball bat that the player and he threw it and it ended up standing up. That fine, okay. Well, we've just seen a modern miracle and nobody cares.
Well, thank God the show's on camera.
TJ, can I get a replay of that? Unbelievable.
Steely Clubhouse will get it for you.
Yeah, you will. Although I'm still kind of out on him.
Why?
Still out?
Well, he didn't.
Could have been out from the beginning, buddy.
He didn't act right towards me one time. Watch this. Watch this. First order by going
Watch
to
this.
I plucked it. That's cutsclothing.com. I plucked it out of the air. Oh, it's unbelievable.
That's pretty wild. I don't know how that happens.
All right. Wow. What an.
How did it get lodged under there?
I don't know. Look at this. It just.
Okay, now I'm with you. That's
freaky.
That's literally impossible. But it just happened. I watched it.
Well, you can see it over and over. Wow. Isn't America
fuck?
wonderful? Okay, so we got the I want to see Stephen Che's mock draft. If we have that. Mock draft 5.0 came out today, and he's taking some shots here. He's got the Saints picking at number 5 when that trade hasn't happened.
Trade up.
The Giants currently draft at number 5 and 7. So here he's still got Aiden Hutchinson going number 1. He's not believing that.
Trayvon Walker 9th?
He's got Trayvon Walker 9th, who is currently the odds-on favorite to go number 1.
I mean, his order makes no sense. He's got 1, 2, 9, 10, and then 17. Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
You know what, though? I don't like the way he's got – shouldn't it have gone from left to right?
I've seen this is standard. I mean, on a piece of paper, this is fine.
All right.
To go down.
And he's got Ekonwu, and he's
Malik
got
Willis going
Sauce Gardner. He's got Malik Willis going 5th. With the Saints trading
Steelers,
up.
Huh?
You got Evan Neal. You got Charles Cross going before Evan Neal. Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver from Ohio State, is the first wide receiver taken. If we can go back up to 9, please. So he's got Trayvon Walker at 9. Again, the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 pick right now. Treylon Burks at 10, which is way higher than I've seen.
Well, that's a trade sending Deebo Samuels to the Jets.
I like that. That's a bold. Got Kyle Hamilton, number 11. Again, I want to say.
Stephen Che, I read the blog. I got you.
Pure football players, I think Kyle Hamilton might be the best in this draft. Stingley, I think, is going to – I don't like Stingley. I think he's going to be a bust. Pickett, there's your second quarterback.
That's a trade as well.
Who are the – hold on.
Williams got hurt, correct? Didn't Jameson Williams get hurt?
If the Saints –
Yeah.
Is that why he's 20?
If the Saints have he got hurt in the national title game.
Yeah, I know.
If the Saints have traded up and gotten Willis and the Panthers have taken Charles Cross, why are the Steelers now needing to trade up to get this quarterback? Because I don't think the Ravens are in the quarterback game. I don't think the Eagles are in the quarterback game. I don't think I can't tell who that is. I think he outsmarted himself here.
It's the Giants with a trade.
I'm not sure they're in the quarterback game in this draft.
Certainly, I don't know.
So why does he have the Steelers trading up? Let's see who's 17, 18.
I would say it's more about other, like you're almost competing with other teams potentially trading up.
Fair enough. Okay, I will believe that. If this is your draft, if this is the Giants draft, go down.
I'm ecstatic.
So you get Devin Lloyd, the linebacker
And then
from
there's
Utah.
another one too. We get Karloftis, or Carl. How do you say his name?
Karloftis, yeah.
With those 3, I'd be ecstatic.
I think Drake London's remarkably low on this. I think London's going higher than Treylon Burks.
I think so too.
Jameson Williams, that's interesting. Quay Walker, Chris Olave, Jahan Dotson.
Love Olave and Dotson.
Can't tell who that is behind who the Cowboys are taking. Trevor somebody.
That might be Penning, maybe.
Yeah, Penning from the all right, Christian Watson, Tyler Lindenbaum.
Sky Moore is a fucking unbelievable name.
Tyler Lindenbaum, also one of those guys. Probably
Just plug and play stud.
from a positional standpoint, he's probably he'll be one of the best players out of this draft. Sky Moore, go back up. Devontae Wyatt's
a
Elam,
monster.
Travis Jones, and Andrew Booth Jr. So there you go. There's his mock draft 5.0.
Love to see the Giants just fucking go all in on your boys and go Wilson and Olave and say, you know what? Let's let fucking Danny throw the ball.
Throw the fucking ball around.
For me, it usually goes the opposite. My guys usually go to like just division rivals.
Yeah.
The Giants are an interesting. Everybody. This might be the most I can ever remember teams having multiple picks. Right?
There's a few. Well, you got the
Jets,
Giants,
the Eagles, the Giants,
Saints.
and the Saints.
Saints have 2.
I think there's
sure,
7.
the Chiefs have 2 as well. I
I
believe.
think there's 7 teams
There was
without first round picks.
6 or 7.
6 or 7 teams without.
We'll
first
just
round
having 2 teams having 4 of the top 10,
Yeah, it's
both in the same city.
Is this a landing spot that makes sense for Deebo Samuel? The Chiefs.
I just don't think
I don't know how aggressive they are in pursuing.
I agree,
Yeah.
but
I
like
don't have the
a
assets.
guy like they lose Hill, you can get a guy like that.
But if they were going to be aggressive, wouldn't they have been aggressive in keeping Hill?
Yes.
I feel like I don't know what their strategy here is. I don't know that Debo also is Debo's obviously a very good player. Does he replace Tyreek Hill's skill set of just opening the field up over the top? I don't think Debo does.
It's just different. They're just
different
animals.
It's different.
But Mahomes can get those little quick passes to him. They can use. Like,
don't you already have that in Kelsey? Like you already have what Debo brings to you in Kelsey.
See, Sky Moore is they're looking for a speedster. Like that's who you're looking for a guy that
to take the top off the defense
for sure. Like that's why I know. Like Stephen Shea saying the Jets. Obviously, the Jets have kind of been like the favorite.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. They're a team that needs wide receivers and they have draft capital.
They have
Like it's just the two. Like they check both boxes.
Plus, the Jets love to do something that like
they're looking. I mean, you need
make
weapons.
a splash that they
made a
don't.
massive
the Jets were in
Doesn't fully make sense.
Jets were in the mix for Tyreek Hill, so they've been active in this wide receiver market.
You know, just be relevant enough to have another guy to sell jerseys or like.
But if you're Debo, you saw the video this weekend where he was at a party. I don't know if you saw it. You were in AC.
I saw there was a video. I didn't see the video.
So he's at a party in San Francisco, and there's somebody with like a. It was weird.
Like the sign at well, you don't.
It was like a
like
club
the
guy.
bottle service. Yeah.
It was like a
let me take that reins here. It's the sign of like how they had Dave had like NC State second half.
Oh, yeah, we had one for my
like,
buddies this week.
Yeah.
Bachelor party. Yeah.
Ron, happy birthday, Ron.
Happy birthday.
Ron's birthday. Y'all
Sucks it's on a Monday.
didn't know that.
Sucks it's on a Monday.
Always on Monday.
Yeah, they basically had the club sign, and it was like Debo staying. And then they pan to him,
and he goes,
kind of laughing, and he goes like this. Nah.
Interesting.
So he ain't staying. He ain't trying to stay. But if you're Debo, and you've decided San Francisco's not working out for you, do you decide it's not working out for you and then want to go play for the fucking Jets?
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't say that'd be like first in your list. But
San Francisco's a good team.
So it's interesting because I mean I don't know how much it's NFL teams are weird. Like obviously Saleh was with the 49ers. I mean obviously he was a defensive coach.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they would have interacted. Whatever. They obviously were in the same locker room. I don't see. For me, it just throws me off. Like it's hard for me. I understand. Like he's made it clear he just doesn't want to run the ball. I just don't see a scenario how he could be used better. Like I just feel like I just feel like they use his skill set so well. It just like I mean, who knows? Maybe I could be wrong. I guess, but I just feel like you're with a like genius play caller who was maximizing you pretty well. You just had an all-time season.
Baseball.
It's just confusing the timing to want to get traded. I know. I just don't understand it.
Baseball. Two things. How is it possible baseball is continuing to put Angel Hernandez in these spots? Like, I don't understand. If a team had a player who sucked, they'd send him to the minor leagues. They'd release him. They'd trade him. They'd get rid of him. If a team had a manager who sucked, they'd fire him. But Major League Baseball has an umpire who continually and clearly stinks. He can't handle the plate. He can't handle what he's doing. And he loves being the center of attention.
He's a red ass, yeah.
Why is he continually?
A lot of it too is like a little bit of like the union too. Like it's hard to force out
the union is what it is. I think
union's hard, man. You start getting
you're in
shit like that.
You gotta be a real asshole to get kicked out of the union.
Major League Baseball, man. I mean, like you're putting this on national TV. At least massage your assignments to where he's not at home plate of Sunday Night Baseball.
I mean, did you see
I
the
do
video?
think Sunday Night Baseball, MLB has done a good job moving that to 7:00.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely agree with that. They're finally they're still so dumb in all the things they do, but go ahead, Ev, my bad.
Honestly, did you see the video of him leaving the Philly guy yelling at him? He just smiles at him.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a fuck.
I don't mind that because but the call that Schwarber got kicked out on wasn't. I don't think that was all that egregious.
It was low.
It was low.
Can't argue balls and strikes. That's their main.
Well, but the Secura pitch. Did you see that one?
No.
He's batting right-handed, and it's 8 inches inside. It's one of the worst pitches I've ever seen called a strike, and he just continues to do it, and continues to do it, and continues to do it. Why? I don't know why baseball allows this to happen.
Union.
I mean, you could say. I mean, does NBA have union? I mean, because you got guys.
Imagine all of them.
Where you're literally looking at some guys.
I don't think NFL has a referee.
NFL doesn't. That's why the lockout and all that. But like Scott Foster guys, like there's games where it almost feels like a ref is literally determining who's going to win this playoff game.
Right. Scott Foster just continues.
It's stunning. He's refereeing Nets Celtics tonight.
What is he? He's like, what's the right? He hasn't won with them?
With Chris Paul, he's never won a playoff.
0-14.
0-14 with him reffing. Like And there's like he's not like the only one. Like there's other guys that have stats like that with certain guys.
Crazy.
Where you just always lose, always win with certain guys.
It's just
weird.
wild. And baseball is like baseball has enough problems, right? Baseball doesn't need an umpire problem.
No.
They're behind the
It
times.
doesn't need an umpire problem at all.
They're just dumb. They're just dumb at everything. They just don't get it.
What was the second thing? I hope it's what I'm thinking it is.
So you pieces of shit just throwing stuff at
Don't jump up and talk shit like a scumbag.
pieces of shit are just throwing
See,
things.
I'm not gonna see like we need somebody to put like everyone's in. Don't throw shit. Miles Straw, cocksucker. Don't get up on the fucking wall and talk shit like you're a tough guy, because then then we're gonna throw shit at you. You lost. Then you strike out 2 times. The next day, 0-for-4, we beat you by 1 billion. The fuck out of town.
Now, the timeline of events was he climbed it before they started throwing shit.
Yes, he
That's
literally
fact.
he climbed up on the fucking walls talking shit, and then they want to cry after.
That's where
when
he's
you get when someone throws a fucking like paper towel at you, like shut the.
Were they paper towels? I think we
Might
were
have been some
throwing-
beer
I
cans
think we were
or
throwing
whatever.
some harder objects than paper towels.
I mean, in the bleachers, 9th inning, they were empty cans. I'd imagine. I don't know.
I don't think you can climb that scoreboard just for them saying stuff. But I mean,
that's my thing.
Who
where
knows
he-
what they said though? I mean, they're probably
Oh, of course.
Climb the
It's
fucking wall.
The fucking bleachers.
It had to be
We're
pretty
talking
bad. You're right.
shit. But I mean, people act like they don't talk shit in other cities.
to climb the wall though, he's now. The
That's for me.
agitator.
Like him climbing the wall. Like who do you think you are?
You could walk to the wall. I think you could point. Like him climbing the wall, he becomes the wrong.
But Rico, grown men throwing cans at people. Do you think they should be allowed to come back as fans? Do you think they should be allowed to come back? I mean, that's
I knew it was going that way. They they were agitated. I will say that.
yeah. It was tough. It was tough.
The guy,
You know.
yeah, it was. I saw it. I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, Yankee fans are gonna get fucking smoked for this one. And then especially even when Judge is out there in his fucking helmet from the on deck circle, like, oh, stop.
I will give them credit for that because they didn't just
Honestly, the guy doing the pussy sign was very funny, like right in his
Yankee
face.
old timer. It's fucking
This
crazy.
is fucking great. I just love that we beat the shit out of him the next day too.
What frustrates me is I hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the Yankee fans who are the best and knowledgeable are some of baseball's best fans. It's just unfortunate that I think the dumb name on the back, show up in October, Goombats morons outweigh the good or are louder than the good.
But we're always
You know
just
what I
going to be
mean?
called
or
scumbag
attract
fans.
more attention.
We're always going to be called scumbag fans. I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck.
Yankee
I mean, you
fans
do
are
have a
very
history of
knowledgeable.
throwing shit.
You can talk with some of the best of them.
Me?
No, the Yankees fans. I mean, this isn't the
So
first time we've seen.
okay. I mean, but if we want to, like, we could throw stones. Like Boston, they have a stereotype for being racist.
Yes.
Most racist fans.
This
Like,
isn't about them right now.
but I'm saying, but that's where like we want to. Like I said, I could throw stones. I didn't. I chose not to. Credit to me. We're talking about the Yankees right now, but I'm just saying. There's other like there's other.
You could have said that though.
I could have said I didn't
didn't.
say I didn't say Boston were racist. I could say it though.
Could say that.
But you didn't.
No, certainly not. I could bring about how there been any black athlete that's ever played baseball says Boston's the worst.
Could have done
I
that.
could have said that, but I won't say
you
it
didn't.
though. No, I didn't say that.
Good restraint.
What's the line in Departed? He's like, "You're a black guy in Boston. I don't need like you're already fucked." Or
That's
something like that.
yeah, like I don't.
It's
like,
that's how it goes.
we could talk about a bunch of different
how
stuff.
it
The
goes.
Yankees, listen.
Picks.
We're gonna wear
Covered a lot of
scumbag hat.
topics.
I'll wear the scumbag hat if I had to. I don't give a fuck.
Picks.
I was born into it.
Rico Bosco is leading the show. He
Yeah.
is. It's just I just can't get
That's like
going.
one game below 500 plus 12.5 units.
I'm telling you, I smashed Kansas against Villanova. It's not.
Smitty's just
Oh god.
up against it.
He was
Mintz is up
throwing out
against it.
wacky parlays.
Bush is up against it. I'm right there. I'm not great, and then Big Av's just kind of plugging along and making money. Now watch her. She'll sneak up and get you at the end. Just what she did last month.
Yeah.
She got me on the last
Well,
day.
it was kind of we were trading. And I've got a little. I think this is the biggest cushion I've had in a week, maybe.
Yeah, but we still have a week, right?
Yeah, we still got 5 days. Something.
Yeah.
Saturday
30
night.
days has
Saturday
September,
night.
April, June, and November. All the rest have 31.
Except
February, which has 28.
April, June, November.
30 days has September, April, June, and November. I only know it that way.
I do the knuckles thing.
What the fuck is
that?
that?
What was that?
Thing?
So you go with your knuckles, so it's like July, like 31, like off, on, and then it's like double.
lunacy.
What are you talking
That's
about?
fucking
Watch.
insane.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I learned in school too.
Thank you. So it's like I was like July is 31, February doesn't, March does, April doesn't. May does.
That makes no sense. You're
June
listing
doesn't.
July, February.
That's
They're
how we
not
were
in
taught
order.
to.
No, wait,
Put your fucking knuckles down,
You said
Zah.
July. Yeah.
You just went July, February.
You said
Rico.
July.
January.
You said
Rico.
January.
Rico.
January, February, March.
All right.
Watch the knuckle.
Running out of time.
April,
Toronto,
May,
Boston,
June, July,
over.
August.
Mets, Cards, under. Nets -1 would be my best bet. And the Sixers, Raptors, over. I'm back chasing this fucking number.
All right. Big Ev.
All right, so I'm on some baseball dogs today. I'm addicted to betting the Cardinals. I'm on the Cardinals plus 130.
Okay.
I'm on the Giants plus 165. Too good of a team to be that big of a dog. In the Angels money line at home tonight.
All mine are in the NBA. It is Celtics money line. I think
Talk.
I believe the Nets when they say they're not very good. I believe, Celtics with half the fans in that building. I think they're going to walk in. They're going to sweep their ass.
Get one. Too good not to get one. I love the Nets tonight. I
Matt-
agree with you. Celtics better team.
Them not getting one has nothing to do with their skill level. They have a high skill level, but they don't have. It's not in their stomach like it is in the fucking
Okay.
Celtics. Mavs -3.5. I think it's down to 3, which I don't like that movement. Mavs Jazz over 211. Those are my 3 plays in the association. I stayed away from the Sixers. I just don't. I don't know. I don't see any. There's no discernible movement yet, so I don't have the ability to discern. All right, that's a Monday.
Great show.
Got the NFL draft coming up this week. NFL draft show on Thursday night. Mush won't be here for a couple of weeks. Mintz, who knows? Smitty, we'll see what the Sixers do tonight. If they win, he'll be right there tomorrow. What's that?
That was one of those.
Oh, that's from
Yes.
the Yak the other day?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. All right, that's Pick Central. The Yak is up next.